Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Hello. Thank you guys so much for being here. That's so awesome. Let me just put my volume down. I don't know if it's too loud for you guys, but for me it's super loud. So I have to scream. Hello Tommy, I'm so happy you made it. You were like taking a nap. It's super early for you, but I'm so happy to see you. Hey Herman. Let me just check. Nico, Kiriglanio, DeLady Camelred, Janice K, 8-Bit Will, Daniel Balancer, Tom G, Anthony Martino, Lion Coaster Maker, I don't know if I say something double, Gable Pay Jane, welcome, Coolvids 101, Ingmar, hello, Imagine Ryan, hello, Janice K, Beyond You, hi, I thought you were streaming too, I didn't know what time, but welcome, super cute. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hi Kane, how are you doing? Nija, Benji Films, Bulldog. So many people. Wow, that's so awesome. Like, this is the first time we're gonna try and do this live stream tutorial. I have prepared a little bit, but let me just first of all say, like, there are probably things that I don't even know of. So I think it's even cooler that you guys are here, so when I do forget something, you guys can say, oh, but you know this and you know that, and then we in the end have like somehow a complete tutorial-ish thingy going on. I think it's pretty much fun, but I have no idea. We shall see about that. Welcome Ben Wilson. Damn, you scared the shit out of me. I was really concentrated while all of a sudden you began to talk. I'm sorry, Northern van den Bulk. I'll be streaming in about 4 hours. Okay, so everyone should join Beyond You later on because he is building what was it? A Disney resort, right? It looks incredible. You shared a picture on Twitter. It's really unbelievable. Seriously, unbelievable. So, okay, I don't hear anyone, I don't see anyone complaining about the sound or of the music, that it's too loud, so that is really awesome. Let me just first show you this, because I was like super surprised, like I never look at this and like, huh, I'm still here, like what? But they put in like all the featured creators that were there like last year, and it's pretty funny, like 90,000 subscribers at my fairy tale shops. Like seriously, 90,000. That is huge. Like what? I didn't knew that it was so high. I can remember it for like 50,000 or something, but 90,000. I don't hear music. Well, that's good that you say that because I hear music. Wait, let me check. Maybe now? No, not 19. 90. 90,000. Like, what? That is like, seriously. I don't even... why? I'm just blown away. So thank you guys so much for everyone that that subscribed to it. Like, seriously, that is amazing. Can you guys hear the music now? Let me just check that first. Because I hate it when it's like too quiet in the bag. So hopefully it's loud and clear for the sound. Thank you, Travis. Thank you so much. So I also have, like, if Mumble shows up next to me, I have a cat cam prepared. But he walked away again. Thank you, Hydra Gaming. Thank you so much for subscribing. Okay, so let's just go, because I have, as some of you know, I have a website, DeLadyMumble.com, and I have a social wall over there as well. And you can also ask for tutorials. So I got a request from it's always a hard name, Brianna Raya, Rai, I don't know how to say it, but they asked me, like, do you have any tips to do your roofing. So it's like pretty basic, but I think like with some small tweaks and tips, you can create a more interesting looking roof. Yeah, that is quite simple, and after that we can just go on and do some other stuff that you guys request, and let's just see how it goes. Like, this is for me also the first time that I'm doing this live, so I have no idea. And if I don't Lawrence Barber, thank you so much. So thank you, Hermit. Okay, so if I don't do it in this video and you still have requests, you can just go to my website and put it on the social wall, so we all have it over there, all your requests, and then we can do it like maybe next week or the week after, and we just see how it will go, and let's just go with the flow, and hopefully it will be helpful for everyone that stars. But maybe, I don't know, I'm just gonna wait and see what kind of requests you guys have, and yeah, let's move on from there, I guess. So but how is everyone doing before we start? I'm serious, I want to know, how are you guys doing? How is your weekend doing? We need to send a super chat for you to look at the requests. No, I don't want to do that. I feel, no. It's amazing. Like, if you guys want to support me and support the channel, there are several ways. You can find them in the description, but I'm not gonna do this tutorial like you need to donate and do a request over there. I really would not feel comfortable at all doing that. Like, no. I know there are people doing weird things. Like, I've seen people doing live streams at Twitch, like people, if they did a Q&A and people had to donate for them to answer the question, and no, I would never do anything like that. I would feel so bad. Hey, Killy Claw, thank you so much for stopping by. Mark van Essen, I'm fine, how are you doing? I'm great, I'm doing okay. I'm okay, just came home from my amazing job, or your Amazon job. Is that, I wanted to say amazing, but I think it's Amazon, right? Make a blueprint of this build and share it. No. Okay, let me just show you a little bit what I had in mind to show you guys. And it feels a little bit weird doing this and not just recording a video, but we will be fine. So, okay, so you can, of course, everyone knows you can just make a normal building with like roofs and some walls. And of course, you also have, let me just go into the building. You can add these little guys, the scallop tile roof, to make a nice overhang to the building that already looks pretty nice. But of course you also have these kind of shaped roofs, and yeah, well, you can add these things on the sides, but still it looks super flat over here. So what I always do if I have these kind of buildings, like, I try to separate the building. So what I do, as you can see over here, I have two different buildings. Well, it's actually three on the other side as well. So if you have a building like I just showed you like that, you can just select these items and you move it over here. And then over here you can split the selection from building, and then you can have it as far as you want. You can of course add like poles underneath or anything you want to hold it up if you want to, and yeah, it makes already the building look more interesting than on that side. So I guess this is a pretty easy standard way to just make your building a little bit more interesting and have a little bit more depth. I would imagine it gets very hectic. What? I'm in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for the Super Bowl this year, and it's actually warm. Oh, I'm so jealous. I can't wait. Well, I only know the Super Bowl, of course, of the amazing artists like what was it? Bruno Mars and Beyonce. That was like super epic, and Michael Jackson, and oh, that's so amazing. So I can't wait to see what Justin Timberlake is coming up with this year. I sort packages for Amazon Prime. Oh, that's why. Cool. Okay, let's go to the next building. So over here, you can do the same thing like I did, like splitting up the building over here. But you can also have how you call these things again? I lost the name. Dormers? I don't know. But still, it looks super flat. So you can do the same thing with these kind of roofs to make them more interesting looking by splitting them up on the other side as well. So that is super, yeah, well, super easy, and to make it look a little bit more interesting. And in this case, because if you would only do it at those sides, you would have like a gap over here. So that doesn't really look good in my opinion, so that's why I just duplicated another one to make it all go from the left to the right and on the other side as well. Super easy. But you should know like that option to split from the building, like not everyone knows that, so it's like the super small things. Now this one, I made this building for a tutorial of a corner building, Main Street building, and this one was like more of the difficult thing because it's quite like a puzzle. So I thought, okay, let's just get this building in, but let me first check the chat. I would go to a smaller grid and place the roofs on the grid. Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah, that's true. Like right now you do have the option to, let me just go in, because now you can change, can I change the grid size? Yeah, you can change the grid size, but if you want it to be more, yeah, well, you want to have all control of it, then you could use it to split the building. But indeed, it's way more easy right now to do buildings. Oh, Johnny is. I was like, Johnny is 300. Wow, thank you so much. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you. Hi, Blanco Carlo, Jesse P. Oh, and I got so many new subscribers. Oh no, wait, it's going down. It's going down. Hydra Gaming. Mew makes Matthew. I like the Mew. Let me just put in the Lady Mew. I love it. DeLadyMumble. And oh, thank you so much, Johnny. That's crazy. Thank you. So yeah, there are several ways if you just smaller the grid or just use it to split a building. Okay, so this one is quite difficult. Well, it was for me quite a puzzle to make it fit. Like, as you can see, this is a building. Let me just show you like this. This is a building, and this one is a building, and this one is a whole building. So you have to puzzle a little bit, but it's doable. It's doable. And if you guys want me to, I can just try and copy this one while we speak if you guys need it. So Silvered made like a really awesome tutorial back in the alpha days, if I'm right, because he was like super inspired with making custom roofs. And yeah, well, this is quite simple. You can just use the roofs you have right now, or you can totally design it yourself, of course. But if you want to do it like the most easiest way, I would suggest just placing down all the roofs over here, and this is like that middle corner section, and over here you have the straight one, and this is the other corner section, and then just cover it up like you have over here. Let me just duplicate it, And then you can make your own roofs, which is also very nice to have a little bit more variation in your roof tiles and that kind of stuff. I saw this in Sun Valley Park. I spotlighted at Planko Spotlights, and they had a lot of roofs with using these bricks, and it looks fantastic. So I would really, if your computer can handle it, of course, because that is always the problem, but I would really recommend you to use it if you can. Then that is really amazing. I don't really do it that often just because I'm not used to doing it. I forget it all the time, so I don't do it that often. Sometimes I do, but it really uses a lot of FPS, and you can just it's not done, of course, but you can just delete it if you want to, or you just leave the roof in and you can use it as a real roof. Oh, okay, it's not connected right now, but you guys know what I mean. You can see what I mean, right? And you can create like your own custom roofs. It's not connecting quite well, but it's quite funny with those gaps in. Looks pretty interesting. Play spires. Well, you have a lot of spires in game, which is already super awesome. I think it really works well to use spires to make roofing more interesting. I love your creativity. Thank you so much, Coleman Lambert. Thank you so much. Some really ominous music going on. Yeah, that is the adventure pack music. I love the music. All the music you hear in this live stream is all from Planet Coaster. Hi ladies, sorry I'm late. Oh, don't worry, Boter Brum, Meneer Beer. Your name is always so long. And like switching from English to Dutch is so hard. But it's such a funny name. I love Butt's name. Butt's name? What? How would you make a castle wall with a drawbridge? How would you make a castle wall with a drawbridge? So what do you mean? Like, let me just try, because I think what I think you mean. Okay, let's just split from the building over here. Okay. Oh, wait, I know what you mean. You mean that's standard drawbridge, right? This one. Don't you? How would you make a castle wall with a drawbridge? I think you mean this one. Not sure though. Wow, they changed this one. I have never used this one except for like the live stream at Gamescom I used it. But gosh, these details right now. Holy moly. I really didn't know they changed the design of this bridge. That is looking gorgeous. Wasn't it also can the drawbridge animate? No, this one is not a prop. You can't, oh, well, it's not an animatronic, I mean. So you can't, it doesn't go up or down. It's just how it is right now. But you can, if you just don't want to use it as a real bridge, I think you can just close it. I don't know how that looks, but oh, it does work, but I don't know if anyone would use it like this. But you can do that. But I'm pretty sure that Rudy Rankhamel can make a bridge going up and down, because Rudy Rankhamel finds out like the most craziest things to use in Planet Coaster. It's really amazing. But still, it's not like a bridge they can actually use, of course. It's more like the decoration But gosh, that bridge does look gorgeous, I must say. House roof. Now, well, that is a thing. Like, actually, I haven't really tried to use those new roof pieces. Well, I did in... where was it? I did use it, like, a little bit. I think I used it in my haunted manor in Wonderland. Did I? I'm not sure. I did use it somewhere. Let me just check. Let me just check. Okay, and then load... DeLady Wonderland. I want to know. I just want to know. Camel powered. Oh yes. Like seriously, that camel though. You can use that as a wall. Well, I'm not sure if you... well, you can, but still you have those chains coming out of it. So I'm not really sure. How do you make the spooky dark right track go in a circle? Well, I can show you. I can show you that in a minute once DeLady Wonderland loaded up. So if you guys just have a minute for that, I will show you. There you go. That's the ultimate tutorial for everything. How do I do this thing? Get Rudy to do it for you. Well, actually, yeah. Some things like the art pieces, I always ask Spiritly. But if I need like that waterfall we used in the Forbidden Jungle, like, oh my gosh, that is just mind-blowing. I just can't replicate anything like that. Like, everyone has probably their specializations in planet coasters. I always say, like, some do like really nice interiors, some do really nice custom roofs and custom things. Like Sylv is like really brilliant doing that, but also Rudy Rancamo is, and he's also very good in using the animatronics and finding really weird ways of using stuff that looks absolutely stunning. And like the bro coasters, they really have that realistic park thing going on. I am more of the fairy tale thing, and I love to do scenery and that kind of stuff to make everything look nice and pretty from every angle. And I don't know, everyone has their own thing, and it's really nice. What? Hey, the lady for the Planko spotlights. Can we enter in full-length firework shows? I think we need to discuss that, because we haven't really talked about firework shows, but it makes sense. But on the other hand, isn't that like something you would really like to place on your own YouTube channel or anything like that? Or, well, if you don't have it and you really want people to see it, why not? You know what? Just submit it as something else, and we can look into it. Definitely, if it's really an awesome show and it's not like copyright music. So the best thing would be Planet Coaster music. Yeah, just submit it to us. We are happy to show it off. It's really awesome, and it's in a workshop. People can download it. Why not? I think it's a really nice idea, actually. Can you try a rainbow-ish with the smoke or the fire? I'm not really sure if that would actually look good. Okay, let's just hop to the what is it? The haunted house, the haunted manor. Let me just check if I did use those new roofs, or was it all before? Let me check. This isn't that roof. I thought I did use it somewhere, but actually, looking at this, I have the feeling, nope, I didn't use any of the new haunted house roof pieces. I did use the windows, but I think I was like already almost done with the building that I didn't use them. I think I was just like, okay, just replace some of the windows. Let me just check. Oh, I love the windows. It's so awesome. Like, the only thing I'm missing is like a ghost going behind the windows. That would be so awesome. Why can't we donate in IDU? Oh yeah, that doesn't work, unfortunately. No, it's either PayPal or I think credit card or something. Well, in Holland we don't really have credit cards, so it's not really a thing that we use that often. I know, like, I think in America or something they all have credit cards. Remind me if I'm wrong, but yeah, it's super weird. Sometimes you, as a Dutch person, you just can't do it because you don't have a credit card. Let's see, was there anywhere else that I used those bills? I'm so pretty sure that I used them somewhere. Huh. That's so weird. Like, how? Where is it? I don't know. Where did I use it? I can't see it in front of me, but I just can't. I just don't know. Where is it? How annoying is that? Like, seriously. Huh. Huh. I know, I remember. Ah, there was just one area I used them. Load. The Rabobank has credit cards, but I stay away from them. Yeah, that is like most of the Dutch people. Like, only Dutch people mostly get a credit card when they go on a holiday or something like that. I didn't even do that, but like, because they have like insurance or something like that. So I see a new boat ride spoilers. Well, that boat ride is there since we got the adventure DLC, but I just didn't know what to do, and then that's when I started the Forbidden Jungle, actually. Okay, so here it is, guys. Here it is. This is, like, seriously the only roof piece I used from the haunted manor. Like, this piece, and that piece. No, and this well, no, these are the castle spire roofs. That's true. So only this one and that one and that one are the spooky ones. I knew I use it somewhere. I love this building, gosh. It's already a month or two ago. Wow, this is just so awesome. How you do the glass? I didn't do the glass. This. You can just go through it. This is just open, but it's amazing, right? That it looks actually like really clean glass though. 4 hours later, are you showing the dark ride track off after this? Yes, I will. Thank you for reminding me. Well, I can just show you over here. So what you need to keep in mind, if you want to build like closer to a track ride, closer to a flat ride, closer to buildings, whatever, you need to make sure in your settings, let me see where it is. Over here, disable scenery collision, disable coaster collision, disable ride collision, disable terrain collision, coaster friction controls. Oh no, those I didn't use yet. Allow more interchangeable coaster cars. Okay, so this thing you can do, you can put on if you want to use more coaster cars at the coasters. And this one is the coaster friction, so you have more control in the coaster friction if you want to build coasters. Mostly used, I think, for realistic coasters to make it exactly the same speed and that kind of stuff. But these things, so the collision things, you need to check them if you want to do, like, if you want to have your track ride going around. So let me just show you. Okay, so we have a dark raid, and then you just build like this, and then because you have that no collision on, you can just make them go however you want. So you can just have them go around and around again, and you can go on with this how many times you want. It doesn't matter. It's just always let me just, it just always follows the track, so you don't need to worry about that at all. So that is really, really useful, especially if you want to do like a Symbolica or what is it, Mystic Manor, Disneyland Tokyo, if I'm right. So this is really awesome. And then, okay, it's not connected, but you can just test it. So, and then if you cover it up, of course, with a nice floor. Let me just make it daytime. Okay, I'm just gonna place down a floor temporary, but then you can see, like, people won't see the track. So it's like kind of an excitement thing to use this in your builds to have like a really spectacular dark raid. So if you want to do this, just go to your settings and make sure that all those options with the collision are checked. That actually looks really pretty. It's like track artwork. Yes. I think you're right. It looks like track artwork. I've never did so many. I use 1 or 2 circles in the haunted house, I think. But that one is still not finished. The Mystic Manor, Haunted Manor, I don't know. You can use gemstones indeed, but I tried that for, let me just see. I tried that for the ice skating ring because I think it was Youthris that mentioned it. Like, oh, you can do that and you can use the gemstones for that. And let me just grab them, because the thing is, like, when you zoom out, they don't really look that well. So that is the reason. Let me just show you over here in a window. Okay, so you can do this, but I'm not really a fan of it, and I will show you why. Because it's amazing that this does look transparent. Well, it is transparent. Gives a little bit of that old feeling, you know, when you have like old houses. Well, in Holland we have them a lot. I don't know what the translation is, but you have like red and green and blue and like different patterns, and sometimes it looks like a painting. It's like beautiful, and especially in churches they use it a lot, but also in housing, like the old houses. And I think it's all handmade too. And I think this has like the same vibe, and this actually looks really, really nice. Like, it looks like real glass, even though it's really I don't know, you can't really look through it that well. But so the thing is, when you zoom out, there you go. So now it turns like a really weird pattern thing. I don't know if you can see it quite well, but it just doesn't look how I want it to be. So it doesn't stay like this. Glass and load, yeah, also called stained glass. Oh, thank you, Norden. Yeah, I didn't know what the translation was, but stained glass it is indeed. How do you make foliage look like I didn't just plop it down randomly? Well, I think the most important thing. Let me just go back to Wonderland for a bit. Load Park. Boom. Like, I think the best thing to do is always rotate your scenery. Just always try to rotate your scenery. And if you want to make it even more interesting looking, then make sure that it aligns to the surface. So if you have like a mountain or a hill and then you want to place your bush or your tree or whatever, well, trees, I mostly place them just straight, unless it's one of my favorite trees. I will show you in a minute. Let me just wait till the park is open. Are you ever going to make a park where you remake real coasters? That will be awesome. That's quite funny because I did, well, it wasn't a remake, it was inspired of a coaster in Walibi, the boomerang I made for Koali Beach, and many people were like, they were like, ah, that doesn't look like it. And I was like, yeah, but it's an inspiration. And I'm like, oh, okay, I will never use anything as an inspiration either because, oh my gosh, all those comments about it. But yeah, I was, like I said in the last episode, I wanted to, I might want to look into like live streams where we every time pick a coaster, and then you guys can help me to make like the best realistic coaster. But what we could do to start off with just one coaster of that theme, try to recreate that one, but then just a track, so not like a station or whatever. And then we move on to create our own coaster, and you guys can help me if it's not realistic enough. Something like that, I don't know. Okay, so scenery, let me just check. I love doing scenery, so I think if you go for some scenery... Oh, I just clicked my chat away. Let me just get it back for a second. There you go. Okay. So let's just do this little area over here. Let me pause the game for a bit. So I have my favorite scenery items. Like my most favorite scenery item is this flower bed and this one. And I not very often use that one or that one. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. I just love the other ones. Okay, so let's just do some scenery over here. And I normally try to place a few rocks. And like that. And it doesn't even matter. Like as long as you use Z to rotate it, or just rotate it like this, or don't have your angle snap on like that, and just place them down whenever however you feel like it. And okay, just one more over here. There you go. Okay, so now we do have some rocks, and then just plop down. And I always, every time when I want to place a bush, I always rotate it. And sometimes I just do this, so if I don't use just one time Z like that, but use it like this. But I always use Z. So I think it's something you need to get used to it. And then I just plop them down. And just keep rotating them, raise them, higher them, to make it a little bit more interesting and not all the same height, as you can see. And then vary a little bit like that, so different color of green. You see how much I raise and lower them? Like, I keep doing that. And sometimes I use the ironwood because I just really love the different color scheme. And okay, so also some yellow trees, the yellow floral bush. And also with these guys, I always try to lower them to have a little bit variation in the height. you go. I like it to be like very, how you call that? Very, I use a lot of trees, a lot of bushes everywhere. Like, there's just, I don't know if you guys can see it quite well, but there are a lot of scenery items over here. Like, it's really crazy. Hey, Retmis, what we learning? Well, someone just asked me, like, how can I plop down scenery without without that it looks like it's all just plopped down without, I don't know, to make it look a little bit more interesting. So that was what I was looking at right now. So is the Lady of Wonderland going to have an Atlantis? Oh, yeah, I know, I remember we talked about that, right? Okay, so I don't know. I don't think it's possible over here when we... Oh no, we can't, I think, because our Alice in Wonderland Dark Ride is underneath here somewhere, if I'm right. The station is underneath over here. Let me just check, because we can see where the track is going. Like, I would love to have, like, a hidden area right underneath this water surface. That would be so funny. Like, you don't know what is going on over here underneath the terrain. Let me check. Okay, so here is the dark ride. So we could lower the terrain maybe a little bit. It's hard to see. But we might have some space over here to start a small little Atlantis area. If we can go low enough. Let me just try. How low can you go? Okay, there we go. How far? It's so dark. Oh my gosh. Are we still not... Where is the end? Like, seriously, where's the end? Oh, that's super low. I don't think we need that. I really don't think we need to be that low. Let's just fill this up again. Okay. I don't think we have to, but I think it could work. I definitely think so. It could work, I think. Yes, I think so too, Rat Mist. Like, as long as you just leave the terrain higher over there, because I don't know how low it is. And then just, like, cover the walls up with only, like, maybe something blue. So you won't see this, but you won't see it as well from the path system. I think this could work, guys. But depending on what kind of rides you want to place, because this might not be deep enough. But I like the idea that you look up and you can see the castle over here. That's so awesome. And I think that's also because of the no collision tool, right? That you can place them over here. Can you place this right, like, going through the water? You can! Oh, that is hilarious. So yeah, we might do an Atlantis. Oh, I can't wait to start building, but I do need some help of Spiritly, I guess, then. Saying what's up, do you remember me from Geekism? Of course I do, Sashamuka. Thank you so much for stopping by. That's so awesome. Hey, Patrick Redding. Hello, lovely people. Turn on torch camera with L. Turn on torch camera. You mean when it's like super dark over here, you can have like a torch camera, yeah. You can see it light up. It's not super dark right now, but you can have like a torch area over here. So super useful using L when it's super dark. Hey Kimikus, welcome. So thank you so much for joining the stream, sweetie. Hey, I'm Dutch. I'm Dutch too, Yarrow. Yeah, it really is indeed, super friend. It's really, really useful to use L. I always forgot though, so thank you for reminding me. Probably only a flat right skin. What do you mean, only flat right skin? Oh, Idextrous, can you show how to make some more complex roofs like Rudy did in Castle Kingdom? I always screw myself. Still, it's somehow really basic to copy, paste, rotate, etc. Like, but what kind of complex roofs do you mean then? Like, can you give an example of what kind of roofing you mean? Because I don't really use that difficult roofs, I guess. For myself, like over here, you can see like it's everywhere using spires. And I mostly use just a normal roofing. Like over here, I use those spires and just duplicate them to make a roof like this. So it's like as thin as the spire, but it goes to the back, and I love doing that. I used that too, if I'm right, for the castle, or didn't I? That was with Castle Amelie 1, I think. These are also just all the standard roofs we have. Let me check over here. Also standard roofs. Like this is maybe the most complex one. Well, it's not even. It's just a square over here, and then duplicated this one to have like that line going here to make it look a little bit more interesting. I feel boring. I feel super boring, like not using super interesting roofs now. Let's see over here. Okay, we got this roof. So for this one, if I'm right, for the station building, I just used this wall piece. I think it was just this one, wasn't it? Or I just made the bending myself. I think that could also work. Like just use the roof as an inspiration point and then go from there and just build a round roof. It's more like to combining single pieces for custom roofs. Yeah, but then yeah, you can go crazy like however you want, like having single items. Like I love doing those dome things, like doing this. It looks really difficult, but in the end it's only just rotating. It's not like I placed every single piece and make it look as round as it is right now. Which park is this? Sorry, I'm just new. Yarrow, this is my DeLadyMumble. So welcome to the channel, by the way, if you're new. So I just recently started building in this park again. I didn't build in this park for like a few months, I guess 2 months, 3 months. So I just started last week with the first episode, and tomorrow will be the second episode of DeLadyMumble. But this is really my most precious park. Like really just go with the flow and have like everything fantasy related. I just love doing that, like things like this, like having the water coming out. This is super funny. Or over here, like coffee with some steam. I don't know. It's like, this is far from realistic, but this is my favorite spot of all times. Like, okay, let's pause it because it's super laggy right now. I have like 17 FPS. I think this is my favorite part. Like, just looking over here to the castle with the rainbow. I just love doing that. Yep, so yeah, DeLadyMumble Wonderland. I love seeing the entrance again. Love the candy falling down. Oh yeah, that was the first episode we did. I don't even know what was the inspiration of doing that. I just really wanted to do something with candy. I don't know, it's just super funny. I like it. So if you can, wait, where is it? Rotating, rotating, rotating. Only if the stupid axis system gives you a point between the pieces. Yeah, I know. Like the only thing how you can mostly avoid that is just start building in, so start building a new, how you say that? A new blueprint. So if this is like your centerpiece, I always keep this in my mind. So I use that as my center. Depending, of course, how big you want it to be. But if you use that, and you can always like, okay, let me just show you. So I have those two pieces. Oh wait, 1, 2. So this one is now perfectly in the middle. So then you can do this, and then I use those guys, and it's still in the middle, as you can see, but sometimes it still messes up. Yeah, I know what you mean. So you can do whatever you want, like you can create the most weird things if you want to make like a dome and just use this. Okay, and then we can select them all and do the same thing. Okay, so now this is perfectly round, and for example, if you have like a building over here already, but this one is like a separate building, so you just can delete this little guy and then use your multi-selection tool, and then you can just add it to the building, and then you can move this one. If this would be a roof, of course, and then you can move this one to be the roof of your other building. So if you would want to make like some weird looking round roofing, I would recommend you to do it and split the building first and then put it in. But if you have one grid item in your other building, you just can't combine those two buildings. It's only gonna work if this is all scenery. Is there any detail technique that don't take up too much of the park count? Well, no. It just depends on how crazy you want to go. If you don't want to have like a really full detailed park, yeah, well then just don't add too much detail, I guess. I think that's the only way, because there's just no way to make this one, like how many items are in here? So these are 88 pieces. There's just no way to render this for being just one piece, and yeah, it just doesn't work. I wish they had something like that, but not only the park is great, the lady is as well. Thank you, Ingmar. Could you maybe make a robot monster section in this park? A robot monster? Well, I guess you don't mean my cute little robot guy over here. I don't think you mean that. He's so cute. Isn't he? I love that guy. He's like super ugly, but still I love him. Should provide us all a supercomputer. Yeah, wow. That would also be amazing indeed. That centerpiece, what was I were looking for? Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. I have no idea what centerpiece you mean. Oh, that sight line through the castle in the background. Yeah, I love it. There are so many areas where I just really enjoy the castle. Like, this is really just a weenie. Like, you can't say anything else. This is really the weenie of the park. You can see it from so many different angles, and I just totally love it. Like here from the dragon area. It's just so nice. I just can go and look at this castle for like the whole day, for hours, and still it never bores me. Like, I just love it. Like this, honestly, this area a little bit less, because you can see the rainbow in front of the castle, and then the other side it's behind the castle, so I like that just a little bit more. But there's just no way to have it on both sides. But I just love this. And I think also from the spooky area you also have a really nice view. Let me check. Where was it? From the restaurant, if I'm right. Ooh, okay, over here. So over here you can see it a little bit, and I think also over here. Yeah. I don't know, it's just, I just love it. And sometimes I didn't even do it on purpose. Like over here you can see, well, this is kind of the weenie of the toys area. And if you, I wanted to talk in Dutch, wow, that was weird. If I'm right, I don't know if I managed to keep it, but I wanted to have, yes, look at that. So when you stand over here, you can see just this weenie from the spooky area as well. So yeah, I really try to pay attention to that. I never really did that, but I know Silverette once said, like, yeah, I always try to look at the angle, and if you can see a weenie from different sides. And I was like, oh, I need to pay attention to that, like, seriously. Haven't seen the castle in my part then. It's huge. Is it, Norden? Well, you should submit it to Planko Spotlights. One weenie next to another weenie. Yeah, so I tried to have like separate weenies. So this one will be the weenie of the toys area. Well, the dragon area doesn't really have one, but it's a smaller area, so that's totally fine. So over here we have the haunted Mystic Manor. And so yeah, there is so much more to come, guys. So much more to come. There's still so much work to do. Let me just remove this. So may you go back up where it says I love your park, because it's very interesting. May you go back up, boy. What? I don't get it. What do you mean? Maybe at a treasure at the end of the rainbow. Well, Hydra Gaming. Well, look at that. A treasure! Sorry, it's there. Of course there is. So it's hanging here on the branches. I just love it. Okay, only these one are sticking out a little bit. And like, if you have the sounds, I don't know if I can. So let me. Okay, let's do this and then pause my sound for a bit. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Oh, I don't hear it either. Let me check. Is my Planko sound even on? No, it's not. For me, it isn't. Okay. Why is this confetti? This should be glitter. Where is the huh? Did they change that? Oh yeah, you hear that sparkle. That's because of the chest. That's so awesome. So yeah, I just love that sound it has. Gotta make sure you can see all your weenies poking out. Oh yes, Owen, indeed. Not much learning now, huh? Not that I mind you showing off your park. Yes, sorry, Red Mist. What are you gonna build on the island in the left side? I'm not sure yet, Kimmy. I think you were gone yet, but I tried to build this one as soon as we got the adventure pack. Like, I built this, and I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to start. I didn't know how I wanted to plan it out. So that's when I started the Forbidden Jungle, because I wanted to practice and see what I could do with the adventure pack. So I did this, but I did this off camera because I just didn't know how and what to do here. So this is there for, well, when we got the adventure pack, December or something like that. So yeah, it's still, I still don't have any idea what to do. The waterfall sound makes me want to go pee. Sorry, Red Mist. Yeah, could you do some terrain tutorials? Okay, let's just grab an empty park. And let's see if I can do. I haven't really thought of anything. I didn't even prepare anything for the terrain tool, but hopefully it makes sense, and maybe you guys can ask me questions and I can try to do that right away. Okay, let's just grab... No, I'm not gonna grab. I'm just gonna do sandbox, and then Alpine. Alpine is just the most amazing thing. I just love that one. Sasha Muka. It's so funny how you just keep calling me singer. Why do you keep calling me singer? Did Yanti say anything like you should annoy her with calling her singer instead of the lady or the lady designer? Because that makes sense, because I always call him Yanti from Cheekism. that could be, but I'm just really curious. Cheekism! Woo! Maybe make an old temple with a status of an involving monster. Well, I really have no idea for the park. I want it to be really super fairy tale-ish in a way, and really go and try to get more out of the box, since the Forbidden Jungle is really an out of the box thing. For me, at least, with like the different heights and building on a volcano and doing different stuff, I really want to try and do something like that. But I don't have a plan yet for the adventure area in Wonderland. Gosh, where do I need to start then for terraforming? Because, like, seriously, yeah, I can make a hill. I don't know. What do you want? What would you guys like to see as in the terrain forming? Like, what kind of mountainish? Oh, now I get it. It's Dela and then designer. Yay! Oh, it's okay. Delay designer. So lady and designer mixed up. A little hill with rocks and trees. Okay. I'm just really curious, like... A little hill, like... So, what do you want, like... More of a flat hill? Because there are so many different types of hills, right? Where do I even start? I ask myself that all the time. Yeah, but especially with these questions, like... Terrain forming is super random, and there are so many different types of terrain forming. Like, what I like doing is using the flatten tool a lot, and then click and make different elevations, for example. And use a lot of smoothing tool. But I'm not really sure what I'm going for, so now I'm just doing something really random. And with the smoothing tool, you can do so many things with the terrain tool, but it takes a lot of practice, I guess. Like, what we did with Rio Bravo with that terrain tool with like those spikes, I was super surprised that I was able to do that. Like, okay, this is in the Arctic biome. Doesn't really make any sense though. Terrain vs path system. Oh my gosh. Maybe at an hell section underground. Oh, yeah, I think you're still talking about the Lady Wonderland then, because I know it also doesn't make sense. I'm building a different level park and I'm really struggling with the terrain and path system. But it's hard one because like as I said, there's so many different ways of what kind of biome, what kind of terrain forming you want to do. Like, do I even have that park? Like, I don't think so. I do. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, my first try with the terrain tool. Like, what? Enjoy your dinner, Kimi. Looks like a tongue sticking out. Okay, look at that. Oh my gosh, I haven't opened this park since alpha. Oh my gosh, that's hideous. These are like all the basic items. Like, we didn't have anything back then. Oh my gosh. Not a single art piece, guys. Like, seriously, what is this? This is crap. Oh, and I was working at Donkey, and then I got so bored of doing the terrain tool. But you can do a lot with the terrain. You can create, like, anything you like, but it takes such a long time, and that's why I stopped working at this one. Oh, it is wreck, yes! Like, what? It's pretty good, but not perfect. No, it's... but I just don't want to finish it because it just takes ages to fix this. And I think with the updates, because this was pretty smooth if I'm right. And I think with the updates, it got a little bit more messed up. Maybe they did something. I don't know. They're not... I had... speed build. Look at that bird. But I had a speed build version of these, but I used track music, and of course I got a copyright strike, so I had to delete them. But it's pretty funny. That is donkey. 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 Okay, so okay. I think okay. Let's just do this. If you guys really want me to do a terrain forming tutorial, I really would like to know what kind of biome, or do you have any examples of like, yeah, I would like to recreate this or that, because it's really hard to do, to start with nothing. And I have no idea where to start for terrain tools. So just go to my website at the social wall to the help section, and then post some pictures of stuff that you would like to see, and then I could prepare something, and then I can do another stream with you guys. And that is also not only for the terrain tool, but anything else you would like to see. If you have like that roof question we had earlier, if you guys have more of those kind of stuff, and you're like, okay, I have a picture here and I just really don't know how to make this roof, can you show me how you would make it? Then I can help you out. I think that will be more easier to do that for the next live stream we do. So if you can just go to my website, DeLadyDesigner.com, and post that at the social wall, and then just make a thread in the help section, I think we really can get these live stream tutorials going if I have some examples, and then I would love to help you guys out, so that will be amazing. And I think we can just leave this first one as kind of a success. I think some of you guys were really like, oh, thank you so much. That really helps. And I don't want these live streams to be like super long, so like an hour or something. That will be great, so people can also rewatch it for not like 3 hours. But I'm not gonna stop streaming. I will stop streaming for like 10 minutes or so, and then I will get back. And I might play another game. So I don't know if you guys have any suggestions or ideas of what kind of game we could play. I really would like to play my time at Portia. Or we could do, I don't know. I think I will go for my time at Portia. Are you guys, would you guys like that? My time is Portia is so cool, yeah. Alright, so let me just leave you guys a link. So while you are watching that, you can come back in like 10-15 minutes, and then we just move on to the next live stream. And I'm gonna find it for you if you have 1 second, because then you still have a lot of the DeLadyMumble, and Asdan Wolf. Here you go. And subscribe, of course, to Planko Spotlight. And I will see you guys in 10 to 15 minutes, okay? Hope to see you there. Thank you guys so much. And if you do have any tutorial requests, just go to my website, DeLadyMumble.com, and then we can use that all for the next tutorial live stream. This was amazing, guys. Thank you so much. We'll be right back, okay?